Hello again, Dr. Steve Toshiro here, and the topic of this week's success secret is environmental toxicity. I'm going to write some numbers on the board and then I'll explain what they mean. One of the huge challenges we all face as a way of maintaining in order to maintain our energy is the onslaught of chemical toxicity from our environment, from the food, from products we use. Our world is just saturated with molecules that have a toxic drag effect on the body. 70,000 toxic chemicals are released into our environment every year. This is legally through agriculture, industry, and even in the service sector. 2 billion pounds per year, or 15 pounds per person, are released into our environment. 200 represents the number of toxic chemicals identified in the umbilical blood samples of 10 newborn children born in U.S. hospitals. This is conducted by the Environmental Study Group. So the average blood sample had 200 toxic chemicals in the umbilical blood. Now, these included carcinogenic substances from industry like furans or dioxins from smokestacks. It included pesticides, insecticides, including some that had been outlawed in the U.S. for 30 years. It included flame retardants, toxic metals like mercury, aluminum, lead, chlorine, bromide. And so the list just goes on and on and on. It's endless, the amount of chemical onslaught our bodies are dealing with. And understandably, this can have a huge impact on our daily vitality and energy. For one thing, a lot of these chemicals are known to be what are called endocrine disruptors. In other words, they disrupt the normal function of our endocrine system, which balances our body chemistry. So what do we do and how can we go about protecting ourselves from this onslaught? Well, one simple step initially would be to, as much as possible, eat organic food, free of pesticides, herbicides. Avoiding processed foods, which is laden with these chemical additives that create a toxic drag on our body. Make sure that we move our bodies. Physical exercise is critically valuable and important for keeping the body free of toxicity. The movement of the blood, lymphatic system, the deeper breathing cleanses the lungs, and the perspiration helps detoxify the body. Look into infrared or even dry saunas or steam baths as a way of clearing the pores of the skin. So we have what are called protective barriers that protect the inside of the body from the outside. And these include the skin, the lining of the gut, our lungs, and there's a barrier protecting the brain from what's passing by in the blood. Maintaining the health of these protective barriers goes a long way to protecting ourselves from these chemical onslaughts. Making sure that our organs of elimination are functioning at a high level. Our liver, our kidneys, our bowel, our bladder, our skin. And this relates to taking steps that are described in the longer fatigue relief workshop DVD that we posted. And so another point is staying well hydrated, drinking plenty of fluids, especially here in Colorado, where the tendency to become dehydrated is so high. This is what I do personally, in addition to all those things I mentioned, in order to be as free as possible from the effects of these toxic molecules, which I know are in my body. I'm very aggressive with not only diet, but nutritional supplements. This is what I take every day at a minimum to protect myself from some of these toxic effects that I've been describing. So knowing that this is present in our environment should be a motivation to be, as I said earlier, as aggressive as possible to take those steps necessary to maintain our health at a high level, including our energy and vitality. See you next time.